Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Johnson from the Connecticut Liberty Rally and Unmask Our Kids CT. Hey, how's it going? I haven't given a video update in a while, so I wanted to make you aware of some things that are going on around Connecticut Liberty Rally currently. Um, so right now there's actually going to be a really fun night on April 19th. That's a Tuesday night. We're having a Patriots Day gathering. So Patriots Day, April 19th, 1775 is when the battles of Lexington and Concord were fought in the Revolution, the beginning of the Revolution. And it was always on April 19th, and the dates changed to the Monday before, but we're still having it on April 19th. So come on out to the Truck Bar in Berlin from 7 to 9. It's free admission. It's open to anyone that wants to come out. 21 plus. If you're under 21, you got to be with a parent or guardian. But just there's cornhole, there's big games, there's paper play for pool and for games, and it's just a kind of a hangout. There'll be a short message about what Connecticut Liberty Rally is doing going forward at that event, but it's mostly just a hangout for freedom-minded people to get together, come out. There's already, a few dozen people signed up to RSVP for that. It's completely free. So go to ctpatriotsday.com. That'll take you straight to the Eventbrite page, or you can go on ctliberty.org, go on the events page, and you could find out the details and RSVP on there. We're asking for RSVP because the venue has a limited capacity. So please RSVP if you want to go to the CT Patriots Day event. Also, Connecticut Parents Group is launched. So Unmask Our Kids CT is going to be rebranded to be called Connecticut Parents. This allows us to create an organization that has staying power, right? Right now, hopefully, almost all the kids in Connecticut are unmasked. So that's great, and we're going to stay vigilant on the masking issue for children. And what Connecticut Parents is going to do, though, is expand its scope and allow parents to organize. We're calling out parents. We're calling out parents to get active. Same thing we've been doing with Unmask Our Kids, but now we're going to be able to address other issues. What's going on in your town? Is there curriculum choices that need to be addressed? Is there health choices and any other mandates that need to be addressed? Whatever's going on in your town, these groups, the town groups that were Unmask Our Kids, are now called Connecticut Parent Town Groups. Is for people in your town to gather, stay active, address different topics and issues that are going on in your town, and create something that's going to be a change agent politically in Connecticut continually going forward. So these are groups that we can activate and you can stay involved in to help local candidates in elections coming up this November and beyond. So that's what's going on with Connecticut Parents. If you see the Connecticut Parents Group, it's the former Unmask Our Kids CT group and page. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward to kind of rebrand what we're doing and give us a platform to continue on in political activism. So those are two of the main things that are going on around the Connecticut Liberty Rally. Please sign up for email updates at ctliberty.org to stay in touch about. We're going to have a family barbecue coming up hopefully in May. I'm putting a deposit on a place, so I look forward to making an announcement about that very soon. It'll be family fun. Some bands will play. There'll be kids activities and cornhole, and there's animals on the farm, and there'll actually be a barbecue lunch for everybody. There will be a ticketed event, but it should be a really fun event. And the Connecticut Liberty Rally is working on organizing. I finally met with a lawyer that can handle like what the Connecticut Liberty Rally is doing and what it can do going forward. So turning this into a registered 501c4 and having a board and getting those things in place so that we can do fundraising and continue to do political activism. And really my vision for the Connecticut Liberty Rally is to be almost like a political marketing agency where we can do billboards and commercials and social media campaigns and petitions, and have funding to really take the initiative like what we did with, the lockdown issue with Connecticut Liberty Rally was great. And, what we did with Unmask Our Kids was really good too. And we were able to demonstrate that we can make signs and billboards and commercials and social media groups, and we can actually see a widespread change happen here in Connecticut. So that's what I really look forward to continuing to do on liberty issues in our state with Connecticut Liberty Rally. So, you'll see updates about that going forward in the next couple weeks as I'm able to finalize what we got going on with organizational structure and registering an entity and all those good things. I'll mention restoreCT.org is also launched. I launched a campaign for the restoration of vaccination religious exemption just recently. There's about 2,000 signatures on that petition already. I'm really gonna be pushing hard to see us legitimately have 100,000 signatures, because we really want to create an organization that's going to push for the restoration of vaccination religious exemption. If you don't know much about this issue, please go to restoreCT.org. There you can learn a little bit more about the background of the removal of vaccination religious exemption that happened last April. You can no longer opt your kids out of any mandatory vaccines and have them go to public school, private school, daycares, or colleges in the state of Connecticut. So if you refuse any vaccination, including any potential new vaccinations, you'll never be able to opt out on religious, spiritual grounds and still be able to attend these places in person. Also, there's no philosophical exemption in Connecticut. So the petition calls for restoration of religious exemption and the addition of a philosophical exemption back into the Connecticut general statutes. This is an important parental rights issue. It's something that thousands and thousands of people care about, and there's thousands of children that are potentially going to get kicked out of school on September 1st of this year if they don't comply with all the mandatory vaccinations. And if the new vax ever gets mandated, there won't be an opt-out. So this is something that we really got to push forward for. There are pending lawsuits, but there's nothing like grassroots, tens of thousands of parents coming together on a specific issue and giving some impetus to legislators to take up new bills, change laws, and do it that way. And this has got to become one of these wedge issues for Connecticut parents in this upcoming election, that you're going to demand that state representatives and even the governor candidate would stand up for medical freedom, stand up for parental rights, stand up for vaccination religious exemption, really stand up against all mandates in general. Any medical mandates, any government mandates we got to stand up again. We need candidates that are actually going to be bold and take a stand with us, with the parents of the state, to make their own decisions for their children regarding medical decisions, vaccinations, curriculum decisions, what's being taught in your schools. These are things that we want to address. This is things that Connecticut parents will address and the CT Liberty Rally will continue to address around our state. So please stay in tune and please keep supporting what I've been doing here with the Connecticut Liberty Rally. I'm going to do my best to put these things in place. And I finally had some meetings with people that could potentially be on the board of this organization. And I'm really trying to put forward like a Liberty Foundation where this group, this thing that I started can have the staying power to be organized and raise money and continue to address liberty topics going forward in a real way, with eyes on mass marketing efforts, but also bringing things down to the local level where parents in each town, in their community, can be active and speaking out and being change agents for freedom in every town all across our state, all 169. So that's the vision for what the Liberty Rally is going to continue to do. Stay tuned on ctliberty.org. Check out the events page for the Patriots Day, Patriots Night Party at the Truck Bar, the restoreCT.org for the petition, and stay tuned to ctparents.org. And please go to ctparents.org, join the Facebook group, check out your town groups. If there's not a town group in your town, start one. We look forward to keep building up this movement for freedom and liberty. We're just trying to fan the flames. We're trying to stay active. We're trying to push back. We're trying to take ground. This is not when this is like the enemy's starting to retreat and pull back a little bit. This isn't time for us to sit on our laurels. This is time for us to push forward what we want to do with restoring parental rights in the vaccination religious exemptions. Continue to organize and get our group straight. Have a play group in your town. Organize parents. Say, hey, I'm going to meet at the park on Wednesdays at 1 or Tuesdays at 3 or whatever it is. Start gathering, start having meetups in taverns and bars and at breweries, and start having local meetups for freedom-minded people in your areas. Like, these are things that Connecticut Liberty Rally is going to start doing, trying to encourage and support local people, reaching out to other local people and strengthening these bonds between us so that we can fight for freedom even harder and stronger and stay vigilant against any next wave or narrative or anything else coming down the pipe from the state government. So thanks for listening, and have a good rest of your day. Take care.